Welcome to the 2020 Wintertime Open. I'm Ian Anderson, joined by Sias Elmore. 2020 already, Sias.
Really couldn't get here soon enough.
You ready for the first tournament of the year?
Sort of. Kind of.
We'll find out in a little bit here. We are out at Hahamunga Watershed Park at Oak Grove Disc Golf Course, the oldest disc golf course with basket size. That's the disclaimer.
I saw that original basket over by the putting green. I think it's really cool.
It's pretty neat, right?
It's like just rust and welds at this point.
There is our feature card for round one. Adam Hammis, Lance Brown, Paul McBeth, and Sias Elmore. You're the only one to not have won this event, Sias, on the card. I'm throwing that out there for you.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised to be on this card. Not really prepared for it, but still happy about it.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
We are on hole one. I used to be really tough with that Mando. They took it out. It became significantly easier.
Yeah, now it's just a low ceiling skip. It's not a gimme, but it's a lot easier to get.
Adam Hammis on the box. I believe he is throwing a force here.
Little straight. He's actually still playing the Mando. Not a great kick, but that's not that bad of a spot to get up and down.
Yeah, easy par. Lance Brown, he is reaching for an H3. And this is a kind of a wild hole to throw a forehand on, Sias.
Yeah, you're only taking this line if you really don't have an elite or even like a very good backhand. Or you just have a really good forehand. And I think Lance has the latter.
That was ripped, man. Pretty perfect.
He has a great shot for that weird line.
Doesn't it? Paul McBeth, 8-time champion of the Wintertime Open.
I did not know it was that many, but that makes a lot of sense.
And he won them all in a row, too.
Yeah, this is why, because that shot is perfect.
That's the Onyx? Onyx or Annex?
I think it's Onyx.
Yeah. And here is your self size. So what are you reaching for today?
This is a plasma fireball.
Something to give you a lot of fade, a lot of skip.
Yeah, kind of depending. If you catch the grass, it can check up, and it kind of did on me there.
But you got a Sias range putt coming up. Here is Adam, pretty out of position, most likely just laying up.
Yep, that's fine. That'll work.
And here is your look, just about circle's edge.
Yeah, a little off. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous to start this round.
It's funny. Paul and Lance were both talking about having nerves in the morning, too. I was like, Paul, you still get nerves? And I guess Lance's nerves.
Some too.
Yep. Let's see if Paul can fight through him. Yeah.
That's probably the ideal length for your first putt. Like, you know you're probably going to make it, but still feels good.
A little confidence builder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, cleaning up his par. Looks like yourself and Lance will do the same here in a second. And with that Mando, we used to end up a lot of big scores. Like fives were pretty common.
Right.
If you missed the Mando.
Yeah, now a misfire on this hole, you can just walk away the par.
Yeah.
It's not like round wrecking right away.
Hole two. What's your play on this one, Sias?
Well, like Lance on the first hole, I actually don't have the forehand, so I have to take this backhand line on the right. It's okay. It could be better.
They're both pretty tough, honestly.
Yeah, guys with a good forehand make the forehand shot look really easy. But it's got a fluky landing zone with all that OB creek right next to the basket.
Paul with the Zeus.
I wondered what that did, like how it reacted, and that's pretty terrible, actually.
Yeah, so he hit on the far side, so he landed inbounds, but then rolled back into the OB creek. So he'll be putting from the good side, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Adam, going zone here.
A little high.
That's a slow disc for that hole. Interesting.
It is, but he has the arm speed to make that work.
He does. He absolutely smashes. Lance Brown. Going for the same disc as he threw on hole one, that H3.
Jeez, that thing was moving. That was a good checkup.
Yeah. Great shot by Lance right there. Give him a good look at a birdie. And what are you throwing on this right side gap size?
This is a neutron matrix, but I am not in love with this right side gap at all.
Stayed in bounds at least.
Yeah, that could have been worse. I'm okay with it.
Looks like Adam's going back to his zone for the upshot.
Okay. Makeable, but probably not as close as you'd like.
And are you trying to give this a run or just get close?
I am actually trying to give this a little run, but I couldn't convince myself to go between the trees, so it went around.
So close, though, man. That was a great bid. Will most likely result in a par, though. Speaking of pars, Paul is looking for one.
Nice. Good recovery.
Yeah. Adam, also looking for a par save.
Nice. Perfect.
He's solid on the green.
Definitely is.
And you will be saving your par as well. A lot of that going along. And now we'll have a birdie attempt here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Redeems the card with a 2.
Yep. Solo bird for Lance, picking a stroke on everybody there. That's going to take us into hole 3, a pretty interesting par 4. You got options on the lines, too.
You do. You can do that big Annie that we've seen Paul do in the past, but with the OB that's on the left, it's a lot tighter than what I've seen before from videos that you put out. And it kind of makes that line a lot less rewarding.
It does, yeah.
So I think a lot of people are just kind of playing the middle, and it's kind of a poke and pray kind of gap. You're just hoping you get something.
Lance is throwing his 400 Series D1. And that is a fantastic drive, honestly.
Yeah, we couldn't tell from the tee if it got around that limb or kind of through the limb. And I'm still not sure, actually, but it worked great.
It sure did. And it almost helps to be on the left-hand side of the fairway, too, for your second shot.
Absolutely helps. You really want to be over there.
Paul's throwing a Zeus again on the low line drive. He said his ankle's still a little sore, so he doesn't have quite that Annie power. He said that's the most difficult shot for him right now.
I don't know if I could tell, but
he's
I
like,
believe him.
He's like, I'm not throwing hard yet. I'm like, really? Adam is throwing hard.
Yeah, he didn't love this out of his hand, but it's worked out. It's fine.
Yeah, fought through really nicely, and that's, again, a great spot to be. You going Octane?
Yeah, and just throwing up the middle and hoping for something good.
That got just a weird kick.
I think it touched one of those hanging limbs before it touched the tree.
And how about that gallery out here for a Friday, man?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Although Paul really draws a crowd.
The Paul effect, yep. Here is your second shot, and just a little bit of lettuce that just made it fade early.
I honestly don't know if that would have worked anyway.
You don't
it
think
was
so?
a really weird angle.
It was a tough look from over there. Like I said, it is a much more open look off to the left over here. Adam with the zone.
That shot was going to be great. And now it's just okay.
Yeah. Lance staring right at the basket.
This shot is great.
Oh, that A-Ford has no chill.
Yep. Just a really fast green, really rocky, tons of things you can hit and pop up.
And Paul has a terrible look over here.
Wow, this lie is so much worse than I thought. So that shot is so much better than I thought. That's amazing.
Incredible, man. What an out. And a park job to boot. Here is your third. Just trying to get up and down, save the par, which looks like you've done that.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah. Adam, looks like he's kind of staring this one down. He's kind of known for these distance putts.
He put a lot of thought in, but I walked right by his lie, and he had a low ceiling, so it was.
Oh, did he really?
It was tough.
Lance, this is his birdie bid. It's far, but he's got a backstop.
Yeah, it's tough to get power on those uphill putts like that. Your feet have to be kind of close together.
Adam for the par save.
Nice, easy.
A little bit of meat left on that bone, though.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's got that all day, though. Here is your par tap in.
I'm solid at 10 feet.
And there is Paul with the birdie. Nicely played, man. That second shot was something.
Yeah, his shot from out of position was so good.
A wild Philo appears.
Jeez. Scared me.
I know, right? A hole 4. We got the spider hole, Sias. It's a tricky line.
Yeah, this is actually a much straighter line overall than I thought. Having gotten out here and actually seeing it in person is very different from video. But it doesn't really need to turn that much. It just needs to hold over a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like the real line is the backhand line. The forehand's going to dump early.
The forehand leads you onto that OB area by the bathrooms.
Exactly. Paul, again, he says can't throw the ante quite as well as he likes, so it's not perfect.
Yeah, that's back in that corner where you only have really skinny gaps.
Yeah, there are terrible looks from that side of the tree. Lance flipping up that H3 again. Oh, sorry, that's an A4. Wow.
I wondered how that disc got there,
Yeah.
and that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Nice little roll out of that one right there. Adam going for the zone again. Heads up. Solid jukes by the
Not
crowd.
even that bad. He pulled it, but
No.
he just hit some secondary gap. It worked out fine.
You going Matrix here?
I am kind of a beat one, and I sort of fluffed it.
But you know you're actually in like the nicest putting side of the tree.
I looked at this and said I could not have gotten a more open putt.
Yeah, look at that. That is, especially for your putt, nice little soft hyzer. It's right there. And bam, Sias.
Yep.
Good hit, dude.
Feels good to actually get one.
Yeah, man. That's a good, real good Sias range right there. And Lance, similar gap, he's got a stretch to it, so slightly more awkward.
Mm-hmm. Great putt. That's great. It's kind of easy to give this basket a run. With the trees on either side, it's almost like the basket's twice as big. Like you're going to hit something.
It might kick in on
You won't airball.
Yeah. And I am so sorry I couldn't get over here in time to film Paul's gap. It's like half a disc wide,
Oh,
probably.
it's so skinny. It's
if
terrible.
that. Yeah. It's got to come in on extreme hyzer to make it through. Come on, man.
Yeah, that putt was ridiculous.
Oh,
I was hoping that we had a good angle for that. But
I know, me too. I can't understate how difficult that putt was. And Adam with the closest look.
that's tough. That tree is given about half a basket to look at. So
Hey, he hit the part of the basket he could, right?
exactly.
It just didn't want to stick, unfortunately. All right, huge thanks to MVP for making this coverage possible. Can't thank them enough. Have you tried out the rover yet?
I have not. I'm considering getting one for kind of rounds like this, where a full-on cart is not as convenient.
Be nice at Vegas.
Might be.
Yeah. All right, this hole size. I have never seen it where this pin is today.
Yeah, this hole is... I think people haven't figured this one out yet. There's like all kinds of gaps, but none of them seem like the gap.
Yeah, so seeing Paul's going to show you the forehand gap. He's throwing the Zeus again.
This isn't bad, but the initial shape off the tee is not leading towards the basket that well. So
No.
you really need to skip to make that work.
Or a ton of distance overall.
Mm-hmm.
Lance?
This was really interesting to me. This is a good shot, too.
I love the play, man. I think it makes a ton of sense.
I'm surprised he didn't go the other same gap that Paul went.
Oh, a little more cut on it?
Yeah.
Huh. And you are going the thumber. Where did you find this route, Sias?
We saw it the day before practicing, and it seems like everyone who kind of has a thumber is throwing this line and then hoping you get a good break on the end. That's
the play. Adam's going with the forehand line, as Paul did. That's a force.
Just skipped really high.
It did, yeah. Kind of caught some stuff. So here's a second shot. This is not an easy look here. A lot of OB in play.
Yeah, and there's not really a ton of lines that are super open.
Yeah.
I got desperate here.
Going for the grenade. Is that your thrill?
Yeah, just hoping to get to the island, really.
And you did it.
I did.
It's
very successful, I'd say.
Yeah, I got a putt for birdie. It's about like 40, 45 footer, but it's there. Here's Paul's second shot after a great drive.
Oh, Paul, that's not a through street, dude.
Oh no, maybe it'll get off the street. No,
Nope.
that is not. That's
a really bad break because those signs are super skinny.
They are. Here is Lance throwing his second shot after that monster roller.
Yeah, that's on the green.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. And Adam did stay in bounds on his second. This will be his third. Just try to get up and down for the par save.
Yep. Very nice.
That'll play. And Paul, this will be to save par.
Yeah, did not like that one right away.
No, that one didn't look very McBethy out of his hands. Here you are for the birdie. You followed his line size.
I actually did like that one right away, but it got worse as it flew.
Oh, Lance. Oh, he played this hole so well.
I know. We're not really putting a putting clinic on
No.
in this hole.
What a great opportunity for Lance to get some strokes on folks, man.
Was. I don't know how this hole's playing, but probably not super low.
Yeah, I got to imagine it over, man. With all that OB and that really tough drive where you can't bite off much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. That's going to lead us into hole 6 and another tough hole out here at Oak Grove, size.
Yeah, it's like back-to-back holes where you aren't really sure of what the right play is.
If you got it, I feel like the forehand off the tee to kind of skip out in the grass, a low line drive.
There's a lot. I would say a lot more room. There's more room on the left side off
Yeah.
the tee, but it's still kind of, you have to throw a really good shot.
You have to throw a really good second shot here to approach that basket as well. Lance on the box. He's throwing a D1.
Just a little too turned. He was calling for that to get down. So.
Yeah. We'll see what is. You can make some stuff work from over there. We'll see. What are you reaching for off the tee size?
This is a lift, but not a very good line.
Yeah. It is a tough one to peer. Adam. That was ripped, man. A Crystal Raptor.
Oh, that's a great lie.
Is
Now
it?
you have the options for hyzer, or there's kind of a turnover gap down the middle you can take.
Paul reaching for a Zeus.
Ooh. Used all of the ceiling.
Yes,
which
he
is
did.
Probably ideal.
But got out into the nice area. So here is your lie, and there's kind of a short gap. You're lining up over here.
Yeah, this is a horrible gap, but I didn't have options.
And you threw it perfect, Sias. So good, man.
Oh, man, it wasn't even close to anything.
No,
I feel really good about that shot, actually. I'm proud of that one.
Dead center on the gap the entire way. And you got an easy up and down par save coming after that. Lance is second. He does have a line to the basket, but he's still a ways out.
Yeah, man, I don't know if he slipped a little there. It's a lot of like leaf litter. It's kind of loose ground, so that's likely what happened.
Paul's going with an Undertaker.
Yeah, this is that sort of turnover gap you get if you throw the right drive, and that is very good.
Wow. Adam, from even a better position, could kind of just throw the straight hyzer. He's throwing a Z Wasp on his upshot.
I like this a little bit higher, so you have less stuff to contend with. Those are both awesome. So hard to get up and down on this hole sometimes, and those guys are in great positions.
We are looking at Lance's third.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I did not see this. I just heard it.
Oh, yeah, you were down on the bottom, weren't you? Yeah. So here is his fourth. Going to try and save a 5. That's a great shot from where he was.
Yeah, it really is. especially when you're kind of struggling a little bit and you need like a good break to get going. That was perfect.
Looks like your proxy.
Yeah, could have been better, but that could have rolled away too, so I'll take it.
Lance looking for the bogey save. It's just about circle's edge here.
Big putt. That's a great putt.
Way to stop the bleeding right there. That's a tourniquet putt.
That's a really good save.
Good force, Ice. After that drive, man.
Yeah.
Anything less than a perfect drive, you're very happy with the 4, I feel like.
I didn't look very happy, but I promise you I was super happy.
And Paul taking his time on this basket has been known to do him dirty.
Yep, he's on the spit outside, so that was a good putt. Those are really good birdies by Adam and Paul.
Absolutely. Those are definite separators from the field strokes right there. That's going to lead us into hole 7. We finally got a pretty easy one, Sias. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, just a hyzer, I guess.
Yeah, the difficulty comes with the ridge putt, I feel like. Makes you make a decision.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to not get your disc over to the pin enough and kind of stay right on the downslope, as you don't get an uphill skip towards it, so you need to actually get there in the air.
Adam? He's going for that Crystal Raptor again. It's like a very overstable fairway, correct?
Yeah, I think it's kind of fire birdie.
Yeah.
He juiced that and got a terrible roll.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's not where you want to roll to. Made that putt significantly harder. McBeth? This is a Malta.
I thought that's what that was. That's a really good spot to be. Anywhere near the pin, I think, is pretty good.
That'll burn. Sias, what do you got in the hand here?
This is another matrix that was probably a little too wide, but got a lot of fade, so I'm all right with that too.
They do have a decent amount of late fade, don't they?
They kind of do. Low speed, they hook up pretty good.
That'll give you a putt. You're pin high. LB. He's throwing an FX2.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that disc, but it looks pretty stable.
It's an overstable fairway. And
Jeez, what a roll.
he's somebody closer to you with that roll.
I know.
Adam coming back towards the basket and does have a drop-off on the far side.
Ooh, those kind of putts like are never not going to go in with Adam, it seems like. He's always right on them.
You are looking for the 2. You found it, Sias. Good birdie, my friend.
Thank you.
This is like a relief birdie, as opposed to, yes, I got that birdie. It's like, all right, I didn't screw this hole up.
Adam, see, he made that comebacker look really easy, and
Didn't
it was
he?
not easy.
No, it was like circle's edge-ish. But a good par save. Lance, looking to bite off your line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty close putt. Something we should all make. So I'm sure he feels confident going into this. And he should, because that was perfect.
Dead center putt.
He also looks relieved,
He
though.
does, doesn't he? Yeah, there's not a lot of joy right there. And Paul eventually will find his disc. And
Yeah,
I assume
surprised to see it's more than 10 feet away.
Oh, there's a Mark Horn back there. Ran the tournament for at least 20, 30 years probably.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Atlanta. It was a TD at least through the 40th year when John Blaine Tompkins took it over.
Yeah, I've never been to this tournament. This is my first time. So I know there's like a ton of history on this course, and I kind of feel bad because I'm not really that well versed in it myself.
Yeah, well, I'll fill you in where I got you.
Thank you.
All right, hole 8, par 4, and a very difficult par 4.
It is. It's made slightly easier by the fact that telephone pole isn't a Mando anymore, but
Harder with the basket back
this
here.
pin is way back here, and there's not a super good line to it. And also, this tee is kind of gnarly.
Isn't it?
That tree is within hand range.
And Paul is throwing a Zeus. And coming up shorter than he usually does. And I wonder if he's just not trying to do so much, knowing that he doesn't need to.
If you go left, you actually cut off a bunch of distance. It shortens the hole a little bit. You don't need to go super far out there.
Oh, that's interesting. Also, the farther you go, though, the cleaner your line gets.
It does.
Yeah, you can get way out into that fairway. That one is a little bit short of the fairway, but we'll see if we can find a line. Lance, the forehand play here. Going for a D3. Kind of understable driver.
Yeah, so that got like a kick that kind of flattened him out and pushed him down the fairway, but you can't really see it on video.
No, that was weird, right? Yeah.
I thought Lance was going to go high and throw like a big flex with that forehand.
I did
was
too.
Surprised to see him go low.
Adam, great shot for him to show off his distance. But yeah, unfortunately finds that tree, and you'll see it trickle down here in a second. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. And that thing was moving too, so it's a bad break to catch that limb.
That was, in Adam's terms, the worst force shot ever.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Yeah, here is his second.
this one might be in contention though.
Yeah, that one was not great. Looking at his third right now, still a lot of work left to do here.
That's pretty good from where he was. There's a very low ceiling.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth on that one. Side, what's this?
This is a Tesla, plasma Tesla, and it is very low.
And you went under the picnic table, man.
Yeah, that's the line,
That's
right?
That's very skilly.
Jeez.
Lance, he's going with his A4 on the approach shot. That's such a good drive. I love this little flip-up forehand he throws, man.
Yeah, that
It
was
is-
a very Lance Brown line
Yeah.
for him to have, and he threw it perfect.
He like falls away from it on the left side. I don't know
It's a
how he
fadeaway.
does it, but yeah, it's a fadeaway forehand. Does he yell Kobe when he throws it?
He might have this time.
He should have. And Paul, this is a Luna, I believe.
That line was super narrow for the backhand approach, and he made it look really open somehow.
Yeah, Crystal Luna, he says. He says that the big Z's are more stable. The Crystal will fly real straight for him.
Interesting.
Adam, the basket's over there, but it's on the other side of that tree. That's wow.
Yeah, you gave it a poke. That's a tough spot to be.
That was a very, very technical putt if he was going to hit it.
Yep, I know it. This is 50-50, and I picked the wrong 50.
Yep.
Great birdie for Paul.
And Lance.
And a really great birdie from Lance, too.
They approached it so differently,
They really did.
you know? But both made their game work. And there is your par drop in. Yep.
Moving on.
Moving on. Hole 9, again, you could do forehand or a backhand. I feel like the better play is kind of the flex backhand over that tree. But it
there's-
does fade towards OB.
There's a lot more room. There are telephone wires you could hit if you want to go with that backhand, but it makes more sense, I feel like, to go high over the tree just because there's so much sky up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to push that left-hand boundary with the forehand play. Paul is going over the top. That is a Crystal Stalker.
Yeah, this is like, he threw a hyzer, but you kind of want to throw a little bit of an Annie. That is a terrible skip
Wasn't it?
to get in that new OB area.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. He's going to have a putt to save his par. Lance, and that is just shanked out of the hand.
Yep. He knew it right away.
Yep.
That's a horrible feeling.
Tesla or Octane?
This is a Defy.
Defy, okay.
And just like Paul, they did not get this over enough.
But I think it's going to be short of to not go OB. Yeah. So, there's that.
That's what happens when you don't throw that far.
You throw
You can't,
far.
you can't get into that OB.
Shush.
It's a good break.
But Adam, what's he got here? He's got an Onyx or Onyx.
He's got the turn on it. That's what you need to get it over a long way and let it stall out.
Great line.
Yep, that's a great shot.
And you do want to be close on this one. It's a little bit windy out here in the desert.
It is a little windy, and it's kind of a weird wide open pin.
Here is Lance's second, and that is quite a bit short left. He's going to have a long par putt coming up.
Yeah, he was far enough back to where he probably still needed to throw the Annie.
Staring down his par look, and just not so much.
Yep. There's a little breeze out here, so it makes sense that his would float on him like that.
These baskets just sitting out by themselves, man. I don't know why they look harder to putt at for some reason.
Apparently, they're really hard to putt at.
Almost, man. That was so weird.
Yeah, it's like a cool break dance on top of the basket.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they don't count.
Nope.
So Paul will be taking a bogey as he drops in right there. Lance coming back for his bogey.
That's a good putt.
Man, a couple bogeys on this hole. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, it's putting green woes mostly.
Yeah, truth. And there is Adam getting a stroke on the card and 2 on Paul and Lance.
Yeah, I told him, thank you for redeeming the card.
And here is your par save coming back. Should be no problem.
Okay, the wind was swirly. It had nothing to do with the gallery. People
what it
stopped
was?
and looked at me, and I was like, no, it's not you. It's just the wind.
I was like, everyone was walking, so I didn't blame you. But that's funny. And after 9, there are scores. Paul with the 4, yourself and Lance with 2. Adam kicking it with the 1. Not the hottest start, but there's 9 holes left.
Yeah, the course gets a little bit easier here, so yeah, we'll see some good scores.
All right, Sias, thanks a ton.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys in part 2. Thanks for watching.